The designs for the project. So without the design, they could not have costed anything to award a contract for anybody to go away. So based upon that, the contract was suspended and then terminated.
Sole Commissioner Justice Appel then asked that AESL and other parties involved in the payment of the judgment debt would also be invited by the Commission to explain their involvement in the matter. Next to appear was the Urakesi Hini of Kumasi, Nana Owusu Echao Prepe II and his counsel, John Kwame Kodria. They submitted documents relating to a 27 million Ghana cedi judgment debt he received in respect of a land acquired by government to initially construct a hospital. The purpose for which the land was acquired was later changed. It was given to the State Housing Company and the Police Service to build residential properties, prompting Nana Owusu Echao to take the matter to court, leading to the award of the judgment debt. The Solicitor General, Amma Boakye II, who was also expected to appear before the Commission today, was absent. She was said to have travelled with the Attorney General to The Hague to represent Ghana in a matter concerning the seizure of an Argentine naval vessel late last year. Sitting continues tomorrow.
The Supreme Court has overruled an objection relating to Exhibit NDC 32 raised last Thursday by counsel for petitioners. Philip Addison had wanted the court to prevent the tendering of Exhibit NDC 32, which dealt with the same serial number and its counterpart duplicates list. But Chairman of the panel of Supreme Court Justices, Justice William Atugba, overruled the objection.
Lead counsel for both the petitioners and respondents engaged each other along with Justice Atugba in a crossfire over objections to the use of the documents for cross-examination. And given his ruling, Justice Atugba said the list of 32 was based on questions and answers emanating from the exhibit to which it relates. According to him, the list was merely facilitatory for tracking the evidence so far uncovered. Chachichikata then proceeded to give the list back to the star witness, Dr. Baumia, for his cross-examination and asked him to confirm duplications that are on the list. But Addison was up again in another objection, noting the question is based on a list that it is not before the court. But Addison was up again with another objection, noting the question is based on a list that is not before the court. Meanwhile, spokesperson for both the petitioners and respondents explained to journalists why today's sitting was adjourned earlier.
Taking a cue from the court's ruling that evidence had already been laid on the document and therefore the objection ought not to be upheld. When he sought to tender a similar document, which again in our view was extracted from the document that we provided the pairings for in the duplicate serial numbers, this time we thought timeously we ought to object to it before it became part of the evidence. So we objected to it. The justices said it could go in because in their view they had already ruled on the document that we had prepared and which Mr. Chikata would not tender through the witness, and that we had the opportunity to tender it. But our own position is that he could not continue to extract information from evidence that was not before the court. But the justices have spoken, and so we have accepted it.
Dr. Barumia is verifying these documents, which are intended to show that this serial number duplication, triplication, quadruplication, and Mr. Chikata will be coming on to that, but it's taking a bit of time to do the verification. It's obvious that it may take a little bit of the rest of the day, so the court decided in its wisdom to adjourn to 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, hoping Dr. Baumia would have studied the document, then he will be quizzed on the papers he's been given. You recollect that Mr. Chachichikata had already indicated that he was coming close to the end of the cross-examination, but these are outstanding matters, which earlier on there had been a bit of confusion, and the court had ordered the petitioners to straighten up.
And the Accra Metropolitan Assembly has met with market women, the fire service and other stakeholders in an emergency meeting to deliberate on how to curb recent fire outbreaks in the market. The Assembly also reviewed plans to ensure safety standards in the market are properly put in place to forestall massive loss of lives and properties in these outbreaks.
The AMA, in collaboration with ECG, will engage contractors to disconnect all illegal electrical connections within the market starting from Tuesday. According to them, investigations revealed most of the outbreaks are due to illegal electrical connections.
Those who reconnect after the disconnections shall be prosecuted. I must announce that as of this morning, AMA has suspended all our electricians from operation in the markets until, in consultation with ECG, we will reassign professionals, proper professionals, with our electricians to undertake professional work within all of our markets.
President of the Greater Accra Market Women and Traders Association, Mercy Nijan, admitted most fire outbreaks are caused by negligence of some of their members. Contrary to speculation, they are deliberate.
When we sat down at our regional meeting, we found out that most of the problems are from us, because there are things we'll be saying, there are things we must be correcting that is not taking place. Because we found out that most of the markets have got people using naked fire, charcoal. Formerly, when 31st was built, there was place for cloth sellers, there was place for shoe sellers, and there was place for chobbers.
The markets will also be well demarcated to allow free movement to and from the markets.
All the alleys and walkways will be cleared of containers and trading activities in order to create easy access into the markets, so that in event of any unfortunate accidents happening in the markets, at least the fire service and the police service will have access to do what they do best within our markets.
Additionally, security will be beefed up in all the markets.
All markets in the metropolis will be opened, and I say all markets within the metropolis will be open for business from 6 a.m. and will be closed at 6 p.m. Therefore, no person or persons other than scheduled officers of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly or the police and fire service in uniform shall on any occasion be in the market at hours other than stated times. In other words, after 6 p.m., the only people we want to see in the market are security staff who have anything to maintain security within the markets.
Periodic awareness and simulation training programs will be undertaken in the markets by the fire service. Each market shall submit to the AMA its yearly action plan in regards to congestion, cleanliness and safety. Monthly awards for the best market based on maintenance of safety standards and environmental cleanliness will also be instituted.
You're watching the Primetime News here on Joy News on Multi TV. We are back after this break. Please don't go away. You're welcome back. The General Overseer of the Synagogue Church of All Nations has pledged to foot the medical bills and the cost of burial ceremony of all the victims involved in Sunday's stampede, which claimed 4 lives at the church's premises. Meanwhile, only 2 of the total number of the victims admitted at both the 37 military and police hospitals are still on admission.
A member of the communication team of SCOAN told Joy News in a telephone conversation Prophet T.B. Joshua has sent his condolences to bereaved families and has assured of his total support to all families involved. 3 out of the 13 people injured were treated and discharged by the first aid personnel at the church premises. 5 out of the 6 victims admitted at the 37 military hospital had been treated and discharged and are said to be in good condition. The 6th person, who is still under admission, we were told, is in a stable condition and will be discharged by the doctor tomorrow. 2 of the 2 victims who were also admitted at the police hospital have also been discharged, and the 3rd responding positively to treatment.
The Electricity Company of Ghana has denied reports that a third of Accra will experience some load shedding exercise in the wake of Sunday's fire outbreak at its Achimota substation. Public Relations Officer William Boateng told Joy News in an interview that the ECG had replaced equipment destroyed by fire nearly 8 hours after the incident, and that residents living in and around Adenta, Medina Cantonment and Newtown will enjoy stable power supply.
The ECG says power was restored to residents living in and around Pig Farm, the ministries Jowlu, Adenta and Medina around 12 midnight Monday morning after the fire outbreak occurred at the Achimota substation H on Sunday.
We worked throughout the night with the assistance of the national security, and we were able to restore power around 12:20 a.m. This morning, and so power has been restored to all the affected customers as we speak. We lost our distribution panel at the basement, and so that's what we worked on, and we've replaced it. As we speak also, we have our protection and control unit of ECG working on the wires now, or the cables, to ensure that everything is in order. And so we are still monitoring the system.
The substation supplies a third of Accra with electricity. On Sunday, the facility caught fire, bringing to 2 the number of fire outbreaks at the station this year alone. The cause of the fire is still unknown.
There won't be any load shedding unless there's a localized fault. Yes, that is different. Or we are advised by our suppliers to shut their system for any work. But if not that, I don't think we are doing any load shedding yet on that particular primary substation.
Public Relations Officer of the ECG, William Boateng, said an audit will be undertaken to ascertain the causes of the 2 fire outbreaks at the substation to prevent future occurrences.
President Mahama has inaugurated a new system control center to help monitor power distribution in the country. The system is to be manned by the Ghana Grid Company at Tema. It will afford engineers the opportunity to remotely control the electricity transmission across the country. According to the president, the commissioning of the system forms part of government's continuous efforts to stabilize the energy situation in the country.
From this facility, Gridco can monitor all its substations across the country. This facility, according to the president, will monitor the nation's power grid in real time, subsequently ensuring a reliable and effective power system. It is also expected to cut back on the time used in restoring services to communities when challenges come up. Speaking at the commissioning ceremony, Energy Minister Ama Kofi Boa was optimistic the infrastructure can help improve the current energy challenges.
As we get out of the load shedding, we are very determined to continue not only to get where we are, but to continue on your directive to ensure that we have 5,000 megawatts of electricity, to ensure that the system is actually stable and that we have enough reserve margin as we go forward.
He commended workers at the Achimota substation for working to restore power to almost half of Accra last night after a fire gutted their premises. President Mahama noted that although a lot of work has gone into ending the energy crisis, much more efforts are being made to ensure that the systems actually guarantee consumer satisfaction.
Currently, we have several lapses in the system and a certain level of weak coordination between the various agencies in the power sector. I've asked the Minister of Energy and Petroleum to ensure that customer service in particular is improved and that information is made readily available to the public on a timely basis. There is no more room for excuses and business as usual within our power utilities, VRA, Gridco, ECG, NETCO, and all the others. The public demands that we sit up and provide them with efficient and reliable service. And as president, I will hold management accountable on behalf of the people. Step by step, we are building a resilient power supply network.
Work is currently underway to replace all obsolete machines in the electricity transmission system. Meanwhile, the Electricity Company of Ghana has been directed to fix problems with meters given to residents of Teshi.
I have, following receipt of information on challenges facing some ECG customers in the Teshi area using new prepaid meters, asked management of the company to rectify this anomaly as soon as possible. These meters, I am informed, were identified by the Ghana Standards Authority to have some challenges, and somebody needs to answer why they were even deployed for use in the first place, despite the query by the Ghana Standards Authority.
The president was quick to reiterate his call to Ghanaians to be ready to pay realistic tariffs to help the utility companies.
These investments need to be paid for by the company through the tariffs they earn from consumers. And as I stated in Navrongo last week, we need to agree to pay realistic tariffs for electricity in order to guarantee reliable and stable supply. The utility companies need to recover their costs of services so that they can continue to add to generation, roll out a more robust transmission and distribution networks across the country for sustainable and uninterrupted power service.
The $18 million facility comprises 66 substations and switchyards.
Meanwhile, President Mahama has indicated the recent rampant fire outbreaks may be deliberate attempts to frustrate government interventions. He has therefore issued directives for further probing and investigations into the matter. The president gave the directive at the inauguration of the new System Control Center for Gridco. In recent times, several markets in Accra and parts of Kumasi have been razed down, whilst another fire outbreak occurred at the Achimota substation. The fire at the Achimota substation is the second this year.
While we continue to roll out various strategies and spend money and efforts to bring on stream units to improve the situation, there also happen to exist a number of unanticipated havocs, like the fire last weekend that gutted the ECG substation H in Achimota. I've asked the Minister for Energy and Petroleum to once again demand answers from our engineers and the management to explain why this latest fire could not have been anticipated and prevented, since it is well known that such occurrences have been recorded in the past anytime we have had heavy downpours. Additionally, we're having too many fires, and the intelligence agencies have been asked and directed to intensify their intelligence gathering and surveillance, because there are indications that some of these fires go just beyond the ordinary. I've directed that investigations into recent fire outbreaks be raised a notch higher to ensure that any person or group of persons suspected to have any involvement in deliberate acts of arson are identified and punished.
If existing statistics that 71% of the earth is covered by water is anything to go by, then the commodity should be available everywhere for human consumption. Unfortunately, many areas across Ghana still struggle to get safe water. The whole West District is one of such areas facing this situation.
The whole West District was one of the newly created districts last year. The district is particularly known for its vegetation, good roads, and other infrastructure. However, the provision of potable water remains evasive to the district. Residents have been expressing their frustrations with regards to access to safe water in the district. But the whole West District Chief Executive Samuel Iwade says the district is working to provide residents with potable water. He said the district is benefiting from a Spanish grant to supply water to some selected communities within the district. Work on this project will be completed by the end of 2013. Komla Ados reports for Joy News.
And when we return from this break, we'll bring you business. Please stay. You're welcome to the business segment. Now, despite the normal size and value of Ghana's mining industry, residents living in mining communities complain of little or no development. The Third World Network Africa has been meeting in Accra to discuss how to proactively implement the Africa Mining Vision and the ECOWAS Minerals Development Policy to help reverse the situation and improve livelihoods.
The African mining
the acquisition of Tumblr, a fast-growing platform popular with young users, will be Marisa Mayer's Yahoo chief executive largest deal since taking the helm of the once iconic internet company in July 2012. For business, coming up next is market data.
Was Sports is brought to you in association with.
Good evening and welcome to the sports segment of the news. I have the latest from the world of sports, some golf and of course some football. But first up in golf, the Society for Petroleum Engineers Ghana branch has, in conjunction with a number of multinational companies, held a golf event at the Celebrity Golf Park in Sakumono as part of the activities to raise funds for the needy and also support students who want to go into petroleum engineering.
The 18-hole event had its fair share of locals and expatriates, as well as the Ochenhene Osajafo Amwetio Foripaying, who graced the occasion with his presence. The president of the Ghana branch of the Society of Petroleum Engineers, Francis Accra, was happy to see an improvement in the numbers as compared to that of the previous years and said that his organization is humbled to be supporting a worthy cause of this nature.
Yeah, this year has been an improvement over what we had last year, and we hope that next year one will even be better. We were even surprised about the number of organizations who volunteered to sponsor today's event. We expect greater things in the years to come because it looks like a lot of people are expressing interest in activity of such nature. And so we believe that in the years to come, the event will be more grander.
BTL manager of Tigo Ghana Limited, Alfred Hammond, told Joy Sports that his company was excited about partnering an event of this magnitude and also promised to do more in subsequent editions.
Tigo Ghana has been interested in golf for about 11 years now. We've been doing the Tigo Tema Golf Open with the Tema Country Club for about 11 years now, and we decided to invest more in golf this year. The SPE approached us to sponsor this event, and the main reason why we decided to do it was because the proceeds that they make from this event actually goes to a charity. So we thought, well, since Tigo Ghana is all about children, hence we have the Reach for Change initiative, we decided to give the kids a chance to smile because they've got Tigo.
Prizes were also awarded to deserving performers on the day.
Now let's switch to football because Ghana midfielder Derek Boateng has completed a 2-year deal. And that's all for sports. Gifty Ando up here joins us shortly with all the latest from the world of showbiz.
Sports was brought to you in association with.
And this is the lighter side of the news. Now, it is easy to believe some celebrities when they say there are no strings attached to their friendship. But it appears fans of Nigerian and Ghanaian actors Jim Ike and Nadia Buhari are having a hard time accepting the two are just friends. Similarly, fans are struggling to come to terms with actors Chris Atto and Damilola Adigbete's friendship. So, should we accept the explanation of face value?
have been spotted together at several events, including Two-Face wedding in Dubai and at the premiere of James' reality TV show Jamaica Unscripted in Nigeria. As if that was not enough, the duo arrived hand in hand at the VGMAs over the weekend and jointly presented an award during the ceremony. Jamaica insists there is absolutely nothing between them except that they are cordial friends.
Why they keep casting us in the same movies all the time? Because we audition differently. Then I come and see Crisato every time. Crisato, why? I think that maybe the directors have just spotted new, fresh talent, and that's what they're leveraging on. So I'm excited. They compare me with Crisato, they like. So Ghana, if you have me, I'll be willing to do many more collaborations if you like, with Crisato, maybe with Majid.
I think the secret is, well, you know, when people are friends, naturally they find themselves in the same place. And Dami and I have been friends for a long time. We've had a relationship on Tinsel. We've had a relationship off Tinsel.